Hello everyone, Piali no Chimek. This is Hector, aka Puma. I'm creating this video blogs here to share thoughts, reflections, and introspections, just about my path, my path and life. And so today, I want to reflect on the purpose of life. Like, what does that mean for me? The purpose of life has been to help others, to be of service, to empower other individuals, to help them come up from underneath the waters into the surface of the ocean or into the surface of the waters to breathe and share that they're not alone. We all have an interconnected relationship. For me, I think that's how I see it when it comes to spirituality, energy, when it comes to purpose of life, right? Or my purpose, I think there's a commonality that we all have and share that's not a physical thing, obviously, because when we see each other, there's totally differences in terms of physicality. But a lot of our ancient cultures, our ancestors, indigenous cultures, they've lived a simple life, so simple that the transparency, the nakedness of the way a human behaves and the way a human acts is clearly seen. And it can, back then, they didn't have any phones, they didn't have pretty much a lot of modern things that we have now. So it was more easier for a lot of the tribe or a lot of the culture individuals to see through another person. And I feel like they've cultivated throughout the years, they've cultivated and they've seen patterns and come to the realization of certain patterns and behaviors that us humans have, right? So I think that created a wisdom, created guidance, and opened the door for the elders and medicine men and wisdom keepers to enlighten the culture, enlighten the community. So with all that being said, it's just like, again, we're all interconnected. So that's what our ancestors saw, ancient cultures, the interconnectivity at a energetic level, at a spiritual level, at a mental level, and I would say at a physical level as well, because what is in our internal world is a reflection of our external world. So there's certain things that we do that are almost repeated by other individuals in the physical world, but in their own unique way. So with all that being said, right? So the purpose of life for each other, I believe that it changes. It changes. Just like our values when we grow, our priorities as we move on and we in this hero's journey, the way we see life evolves and changes to a more mature, more refined way, right? So I think for me, again, is purpose of life is contributing to something that's bigger than me. For example, being of service, right? Offering workshops, um, being a guardian in different types of settings where I'm holding space for individuals going through a certain process. Could be an emotional process, could just be a process of like releasing anger. So my purpose is that as well. And in a collective sense, I feel that life's purpose for each other, or the word, just the purpose of life, is shown or it's discovered through creativity. Some of us find meaning in our lives through art, um, through music, and that is our North Star to a path that leads us to success, or a path that leads us to a contentment of self. Also, in a collective sense, purpose can also be, I would say, personal growth, right? Somebody developing awareness towards themselves in becoming a better human being, or becoming a better person for themselves, and finding ways in exercising kindness, exercising compassion, unconditional love, presence, or active listening. I like to say that's kind of like the practice of self-cultivation. So that could be the purpose of somebody's life, right? The purpose in life is finding meaning in developing, cultivating oneself in their physical body, in the health, right, and their mental and emotional body, and in the spiritual body. So the hero's journey is that, right? The hero's journey is moving through life's different phases and stages, right? So we're born, and then through life we move up into the ladder of experiences, of questioning, of hardship, right? It's so a hero's journey for an individual could simply, again, is the purpose of life. That is your journey in life, and it could be a simple thing as well. Again, it could be building relationships, strengthening uh, your relationship with your family, with your relatives, the purpose of life, because sometimes the relationships, whether are friendships or a family member, sometimes there's challenges. Sometimes we don't even have family members or a dad or a mom, so that is a really challenging experience to relate to other people, to uh, be in other people's shoes, right? Or maybe there's a grudge or resentment towards a brother or sister. So if I'm in that particular journey, that could be the purpose in my life, is to mend relationships, right? Mend the relationship to my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, or a friend. Um, but that's something that we individually have to find within ourselves to amend, or to reach out and know that that is a purpose in my life, because that is going to help me to move through a wall, a big wall, that because I feel like having issues in relationships can be really demanding, can create stress, can be in the back of the mind sometimes. And so if that's the case, right, maybe can't think right. So things that can be a challenging thing. So I think, so when that purpose is fulfilled, then we move on to the next purpose in life, and so forth and so forth. Building, um, building and cultivating, maybe, again, maybe another purpose is to be healthy, right? A purpose is life is to eat healthy food, maybe bringing awareness into that. So the meaning of life, the purpose of life is when you take on the responsibility of yourself to move beyond the comfort zone of your thinking, of your perception, and just seeing things in a different perspective. Seeing things in the different perspective. The meaning, the purpose in life, the purpose in life. Also, part of my purpose in life is aside of like holding space for the evolutionary consciousness, the evolution of consciousness, helping individuals to be their full selves, is my own personal purpose in life is to develop my own person. Because on the micro level, I think for me, I have to develop, my purpose is to develop my physical, my mental, and my spiritual um, bodies. To me, it's important because it helps me to understand life a little bit, the fabric of life, and it puts me in a seat of the listener, and it puts me in the seat of somebody who's curious about somebody else's struggles, or somebody else, a curiosity of why that individual is being resentful, or why that individual is being aggressive. To kind of bringing a whole different perspective in the fabric of life. Um, there's a lot. There's definitely more to that, but yeah. So again, there's different practices that I've been doing throughout the years. Definitely meditation, right? Just the fundamental for me has been just sitting in silence, simply sitting in silence, and then allowing the inner world, our unconscious mind, to bring to the surface things, and for me to witness and introspect and contemplate. So, and then also silent meditation, and then stepping out of my comfort zone and challenging myself, because that to me, I've developed resilience, mental resilience. I've developed just, I think, just different qualities that, um, they're simple qualities, but are really effective in the world, like when out there in the world. So, but for right now, I just wanted to express that. I want to start sharing some of these thoughts and contemplations that I make, and um, yeah, hope you all get to watch it. And until next time, see ya.